Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. I'm going to be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm going to be doing a jack-o'-lantern spread. So, it was a spread that came with this oracle deck, and it deep dives into a problem or an issue, and then there's also some guidance and a solution. So, let's get into it. Actually, before I do that, thank you so much for all the engagement on the channel. Like, shares, comments, subscribes, donations, all of it really, really helps out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get into it. Okay, what is this? The heart of the issue at hand. We've got the Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. Hmm. Right. Should the slinky black cat cross your path through this oracle, know that good luck and fortune will be meeting you promptly. Also, know that your luck will be even luckier if you are prepared to take advantage of every special opportunity that comes your way. Okay. The hidden issue. We've got zombie in control. So this is, it's about control. So what could be going on is there could be some subconscious patterns that are showing up in your life where it's actually an attempt to control something in your life that is blocking you from really allowing this fortune to come in. And so there could be a need to release some of that control. This can be attachment to the outcome. This can be attachment to how things are going to look on where this fortune is coming from for you, things like that can all be those can all be different ways that this shows up. um yeah, it's, even the limiting belief that you have to have a job, so to speak, to bring in money. There's there's lots of other things that can happen to bring in money that are other things than just like going to a job for a select amount of time and getting a paycheck. So it could be something like that. Limiting belief of some sort that is also playing a factor here, and it's showing up in a way that is an attempt to control a certain part of life that is blocking this fortune a little bit from really finding its way to you, or this good luck and whatever that is. We've got the major obstacle, which is skeleton and strength. Okay, for some of you, so for this control card, there can also be patterns of codependency that are prevalent when this card shows up. The codependency, the I'm not okay if you're not okay, the need to, rotate around somebody else, people pleasing, those kinds of things. When I saw the skeleton, I heard backbone. And so that could be part of what's going on too. Maybe there's this situation in life where you're being called to really kind of find your backbone and speak your truth and say no, and really kind of work on some of those codependent tendencies. And that could be part of it as well. Okay, let's see. The main fear, exploring wildness. This is the werewolf. So this is talking about really tapping into that inner wildness, that inner fire, that wild side of yourself. And so maybe there's a part of you, especially if you resonate with codependency, that this makes sense, that there's a fear of that wild side of yourself. And so that could be something that you're being called to really look at right now and to continue to shift certain dynamics in your life so that you can really tap into this wild side and allow yourself to pull in these lucky situations, these we create our own luck, manifesting things like that, those types of situations, and really magnetize them to you. This is the solution. Hearth. Happiness in our hearts and home. So yeah, so by really shifting through this and releasing that control and that need for control in some way, it's really going to allow you to have happiness. I feel like in all areas of life, it's really going to allow you to really embody that happy, peaceful, joyous energy. Um, and that's a really difficult thing to obtain if you're always trying to please everybody else, because everybody is in charge of their own happiness. And so if you are putting it on your plate to be responsible for somebody else's happiness, it's something that will never truly, you'll never be able to fully fulfill that, because happiness comes from within. And so by allowing yourself to release the attachment to somebody else's happiness and allow them to be responsible for themselves and their energy and their happiness and how they're showing up in the world, by releasing that burden and that responsibility from yourself, you are now going to be able to really tap into that inner strength, that inner happiness, and really find out what brings you that inner happiness. And part of that is going to be allowing this wild side of yourself to rise a little bit and channel it in a very in a certain way that's not destructive to your life. But this energy, this untapped creativity within, this is awesome energy to be able to tap into it and channel it in a certain way. And then that also helps to bring this happiness. What will happen if you engage the solution? We've got the apple, risk and reward. So by really I really do feel like there is a level of codependency here that you are being asked to release. And by that, you are going to be rewarded in so many ways. Because by releasing the responsibility of other people's journey, it's very freeing. And it also allows that other person to be responsible for their own journey. And so there is kind of an aspect of enabling when we're talking about codependency, because by taking responsibility for somebody else's happiness and state of being, it's also, you're taking all the blame all the time. You're taking the responsibility all the time. And the thing is when you release that, it allows that other person to go, wait a minute, you're not taking responsibility for my misery anymore. So now where do I put it? And so it gives them the opportunity to start going within and to start taking responsibility and accountability for their own choices and for their own ways of showing up in life, and for their, for their own, the consequences to their actions. So it is a very freeing thing. And with that, it's very, very rewarding on multiple levels. Um, in all areas, really. It really is. And so, um, yeah, I just want to commend you for doing that, because it's difficult, especially when you've been trained and conditioned. Oftentimes this is stuff that we're trained and conditioned for from since childhood. It's either, a learned behavior or a dynamic that was created. And, it's not always childhood, but oftentimes it is. And the thing is by releasing this, it's very freeing. And it's very it can feel very foreign at first when you are conditioned to take responsibility for somebody else. At first, releasing that is like, oh, but they're, doing this and they're doing that. And then it's like, wait a minute, they're a sovereign being too. And they, have a right to deal with the consequences of their actions, and I don't have to take this on anymore. This isn't mine. And so it is very, very freeing. So I do want to just commend you because this is massive work. Shifting these certain dynamics within the self, it's big, big work. And it's not always obvious on the outside, especially at first, but just stick with it because by doing this, it's going to be so rewarding and you are going to receive fortune in ways that you never thought possible. So this is beautiful, big energy. So I really want to get that through. So this is awesome. All right, well, with that, I don't feel like there's anything else that wants to come out for this, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. If this resonates, you can let me know in the comments below. You can even just drop an emoji. It just helps with the confirmation for me to know that these are reaching who they are meant for. So thank you for doing that. And also, if you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. That does help out the channel as well. So thank you. And if you would like to hear more from me, feel free to hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.